Hi guys, it's Lisa, your fat stay-at-home mom. I recently posted a video about revamping my channel a little bit, um, I'm needing to organize and clean it up a bit and figure out exactly what kind of videos I want to do and stuff. Mostly I've just vlogged and whatnot, and lots of random things, and my kids, of course, because they're my life. um, I also want to touch on a little bit more about me. Years ago, I started vlogging, um, more than 10 years ago. And that was when YouTube was still a little newer, and um, there were a lot of people just starting to vlog. It was kind of a new thing. And I had been getting diagnosed with, oh, sorry, I'm tired today. I'd been getting diagnosed with one problem after another and wasn't getting a lot of support. And I finally went on Facebook and met a huge community of people who have some similar health issues that I have. That helped pull me through so much, because without that I would have had nobody. And I mean, nobody understood what I was going through or what I still deal with today. My family had no idea. They still pretty much they're kind of clueless about the issues I have. The only people that really know are like my kids, my husband, my parents, because I lived with them a couple of different times for about a year or so each time. And that was when my husband was in the Army and gone. And then I have a couple of a few close friends who know, they know some basics, but not everything. I have a lot of different problems. And being a stay-at-home mom, I see a lot of blogs out there of amazing mothers who doubt themselves. And I'm floored at how amazing they are. For one, they're like, almost half my age, and they have kids as young as mine. Of course, I have a couple older kids too. And then, and plus they're healthy. They're, pretty decent shape, really good shape. Energetic, and they might be tired all the time and feel overburdened, but it's like you take that tiredness and feeling overburdened, and you like pile it with like a dozen or so illnesses or diseases, and trying to function is almost impossible. I'm being totally honest right now, just raw honesty here. I get judged a lot, criticized a lot, looked down on. People are either right to my face, telling me what I need to do, or they drop hints. And there is nothing more annoying, frustrating, and offensive and hurtful than to tell somebody who has all these different problems how they need to fix them and what they need to do. I mean, seriously, don't do that, okay? I know you mean well, but I've lived with a lot of these problems for many years now, and people are like, oh, it's cured, or if you have the faith, or if you do this or that, it's like, they'll go away. And it's like, that is not always the case. That's not always true. Hi, Liam. Go give it back to her. That's Lacey.
Yeah, and I love you.
I love you too.
All much.
Yep, I love you so much too. Go give it back to Lacey, okay? That's hers. Well,
yeah, I am.
If she's not using it, then whatever. That's Liam's friend. He has such an imagination. I love it. It's so cute. Anyways, so I have a lot of people that do extend a lot of support and love, and they're there for me and stuff. But they, even though they mean well, a lot of them are like, well, if you did this, or if you did that, or this or that. And, there are plenty of stories out there of people who have successfully healed themselves of something, or put something into remission, or, bettered their lives, health-wise, mentally-wise, spiritually-wise, physically-wise, all that. And major props to them, seriously, because it is so, so hard. People who don't have to deal with it are just they're completely clueless. And I can say that because I used to be one of those really healthy, in shape people that looked really good and had no health problems and had energy and all of this. And I was judgmental, uncritical of others, even though I didn't say it to their face and I was nice to them and genuine. I still looked at them like, oh, well, gal, if you just stop eating all that, or if you would just eat this, or if you just work out all the time, I mean, that attitude is ignorance, it's arrogance, it's uneducated, it's inexperienced, and it's immature, and completely lacks compassion and empathy. And I wish I could go back there and smack myself around a bit because I can't believe it. I was that way, and I'm not, and I wasn't as bad as a lot of people are. I mean, there's some people that are openly just awful about it, and then there's some people that genuinely care and don't judge, which those people are amazing. But more than not, we deal with people that like to judge and give suggestions and tell us what we're doing wrong or what we need to fix or this or that. I've got a bladder disease called interstitial cystitis. It is extremely debilitating. It went into remission while I was pregnant with my fourth baby, this last one. And she is now almost a year. She's like 10 and a half months old or around there. And I just can't believe she's that old already. But I can feel my IC, that's what it's called for short, coming back, here and there. And it's not as severe flare-ups as I used to get, but I'm afraid it's going to get there because it's like a warning. Like my body's warning me, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. What makes them worse, I notice, is emotional stress. And like if I'm a lot of TMI, I think, but like menstruation and ovulation cycles really can mess with it. Hormone imbalances, and this disease affects men and women alike. And there's different things that affect it for everybody, but a lot of that is pretty similar with people. And what usually goes hand in hand with IC is IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. I have that. And I've also had pancreatitis that almost killed me. I have to be careful what I eat and how much of it I eat. Unless I went in the hospital again, almost die. It's very serious to have that. It's one of those things where it's probably the most likely to take your life if you have it. People don't live super long with it because they have a higher than normal chance of getting pancreatic cancer. And the chances of living through that are pretty slim. But pancreatitis, I don't wish it on anybody. It's horrible. I don't wish any of my problems on anybody because they're horrible. And then I've got a heart condition where I've had it for a long time, but it went undiagnosed because we couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And I mean, I had this problem younger and healthier and all of that. I've had it for many years. And it's just gradually gotten worse. And I'm sure my weight hasn't helped it, but my brother, I'm pretty sure he has it, and he is a string bean. Just look him up on YouTube. He's half insane outdoor guy. He's pretty hilarious, but he's also really good at what he does. And then I'm pretty sure my mom has it, and she's pretty skinny. My grandma, I'm pretty sure, had it, and she passed away, shortly. Well, shortly to me is just a couple of years or so ago. And I miss her every day. She had a couple of different pacemakers, 2 or 3 of them. I think she was on her third. She basically died of a broken heart after my Opa died a couple of years before. That was really hard. Really, really hard. We didn't live in state during that time and didn't get to spend that last time with them. Anyway, I also get migraines pretty regularly. I've got asthma, and let's see, I have like tons of allergies, and they've just gotten worse. Lots of food allergies and sensitivities, and oh my word, it's a pain. Like I have to take like horse-sized allergy pills because I haven't been able to get to an allergist to start getting shots for that, because I should be in a bubble, man. And I used to make fun of people like that. You see what I mean? I was a brat. Let's see. I had my gallbladder out when I was pregnant with my second child, and that was just gallbladder disease, not caused by being fat. I was really skinny, and it was kind of a rare case. And then sometimes I get kidney stones. I haven't had them for a little while, which has been nice. And it's been since I've been drinking bottled water instead of tap water that I haven't had any kidney stones. Anyway, trying to run my house with these, plus chronic fatigue syndrome, Epstein-Barr disease, which I believe I got from having a mono a few years ago. Plus, I used to be a martial artist, a mixed martial artist, and I blew out my right knee like bad, like full dislocation. It popped into the wrong position, and oh my gosh, it was horrid. I basically blacked out from it a couple of different times from the pain and ended up in the hospital. They didn't believe it happened because usually only happens to football players. But I was doing like these jump roundhouse kicks. And yeah, that's a pretty hard sport, especially when your knees are already loose, because mine are. I inherited it. Plus, I have dislocated my kneecap countless times and hyperextended my knee countless times, which has just loosened it all up. And even with really strong muscles, it can't stay together if the ligaments are loose and the tendons are, and like the kneecap doesn't have the proper groove to sit in like normal people's. So it just compromises it. So anyway, I blew it out. I haven't been able to run or jog since. Okay, just wait a minute. I haven't been able to do any of the things that I want to do because of how severe the damage was done to my knee. I mean, if I walk too fast, my knee will literally just like pop apart and I'll fall on my face. It's ridiculous. And let's see. So with all of these, I am telling you that having the energy, having the strength, having the ability, having the anything to do regular stay-at-home mom stuff and being a good homemaker is impossible. Okay, like I do my best and I fall really short, and believe me, I'm very hard on myself about it, and I try not to be, but I am being brutally honest. I also have pretty bad anxiety and depression and PTSD, although my PTSD isn't, I don't know if it's as bad as it used to be, but I get some social anxiety and stuff like that I didn't used to have so much, or I was in denial of it anyway. I was in denial of a lot of things. So I was able to do a lot more for my kids, my two older kids when they were younger, than I'm able to do for my two younger kids now. My oldest is 14, Lacey. Sophie is almost 12. And Liam is 5, almost 6. And Sadie is almost 1. And so it's crazy. Like they're spread apart for, legitimate reasons, but they're all blessings, surprises and blessings, which are good surprises and blessings. And I love my kids. Anyway, that's a little bit more about me. I'm so sorry if this was boring or annoying. I'm new at this. I don't have any equipment. I'm using my phone and a handheld little tripod thing. And that's all I've got. I don't even have a software program yet, but we'll get there. Anyway, I hope you guys subscribe to my videos. I want to meet more people who could either be inspired by me or who can inspire me. And this is also like a recording because I stopped writing in a journal, and I guess this is kind of a way of journaling. And I'm not the most major private person, so I don't worry too much about what other people think. If they've got a problem with me, then they've got problems. We all have problems, right? No one is perfect, even though sometimes I think some people are. But anyway, I just want to say, don't be too hard on yourself, because believe me, some people have it worse, okay? And some people do worse than you. There are bad parents out there. There are better parents out there. There's mediocre parents, or kids or spouses or whatever. I mean, you're always going to find someone's situation that's worse than your own or better than your own. So stop comparing. At least I'm trying not to. Anyway, love you guys. Like my video. Write down anything you want to see. Tell me anything that you want me to change or add or do in videos, or what you want me to talk about, or whatever. And share this. And I would love to collaborate with other YouTubers as well. So again, this is Lisa. I call myself the Fat Stay-at-Home Mom. Hopefully that will change one day. That's my goal. Not the name, the body. Okay, bye.